What's up, Fiya Nation? It's your boy Rico, along with my little big cousin G-Baby and our boy Raul, the Zookeeper, and we are the Friendly Fire Podcast, the hottest podcast on either side of the Mississippi. Episode 48, baby.
48.
I have no idea who wore 48. It's probably some fullback or something.
3 stacks is 48 hours.
How y'all doing today? Wellness check.
Doing good.
Zoo?
Great. We're here. I'm devastated.
You still hate the kids?
Russ is taking my broads.
Oh man, yeah, he moves fast.
He moves quick.
That boy is efficient.
No, because I looked at her story. You know, I sent that thing to yesterday
Yes.
where Russ is just like under all her comments now. Is this Instagram broad that I was never gonna pull until we got famous and rich.
Never say never.
Never say never. You
until
never
we
know,
got
man.
famous and rich. That's why I added the until. And then today I check her story. I'm like, oh, what is she gonna bless us with today? She's in ATL outside the private jet in a Porsche. And I was like, who stays in ATL? Mr. Russ. I was like, that move.
But does he make her laugh though?
Oh.
Hey.
You might be the Skeet Davidson.
You might have to do it. Oh, man.
We got a lighthearted one today.
Very lighthearted one. Nothing too dark, nothing too crazy. Zoo, start us off right, man.
Well, since I'm leaving out of town, out of the country,
The motherland.
I'm fleeing.
Africa. No.
I'm gonna get my picks off in the jet and be like on the PJ
With the chest open and everything, sipping on wine.
No, my question was like, where would you guys plan or enjoy traveling to if you had like a budget, like unlimited budget?
It's low-key a lot of places I want to go in my life, I think. If I had to pick one right away, because I've already done Jamaica, so I think I would want to probably go somewhere in Africa.
$2 stretch, didn't you?
I think I would probably maybe want to try somewhere in Jamaica potentially, or maybe another like tropical Caribbean spot. I'm not sure. That's a really good question because I really don't know. Like it's places that you don't even be knowing existing.
Yeah.
These travel sites be like, oh yeah, come check this place out for $1,200. You like, is that safe?
Yeah.
I've seen Taken. I don't know if I
And
trust
it's like
that.
it's $1,200, everything included, and it's like for a month.
Be like,
It's like,
whoa.
Like, oh,
What you
this
thinking?
is a scam.
Yeah.
I don't know. The farthest I've ever been is Puerto Rico.
Okay. How was that?
It was good. We went at a really good time.
I want to
so
go
it
to
was
Puerto
like,
Rico.
I do want to. I want to slide that too. Yeah.
We had like it was like literally in the ghetto, but the ghetto had like a nice beach.
Yeah.
So it was like the house crossed the alley, and it was like the beach was right there. So it was cool.
Every time you leave the beach, back to the
Yeah.
ghetto.
Yeah, the Burger King. I was like, oh man, they flipping bricks out of here.
You thought those was fries.
But I don't know. I heard like I wanted to do Europe, but I heard a lot of bad things like recently in like friend experience. Like I heard in Paris they treat black people like really bad.
Yeah, it's a lot of places sadly that do that.
So like Europe, I would like to go to Italy at some point.
Italy, I think Italy would be a lot of fun.
I think it would. I just think it'd be like super hot because it's like right there between Africa. It's like right there. You'd be like, damn, it's all this water.
I ain't got nowhere to go. I'm
Like-
just here.
And it'd be people that look like me.
Yeah.
You know, it'd probably be people darker, and I'd be like, oh wow.
I definitely want to go where there's people that look like me before I start.
I wouldn't go and be
venturing
the
out.
only person like
No,
Germany. Just
like, oh, I may not come up out of here. Like.
the Warriors every day.
Negro, come out and play.
I follow this YouTuber who lives in Japan, and he's a black man. He has dreads. He has red dreads.
Oh, wow.
And he says when he like still to this day, but he said especially when he first moved there, because now like I guess like his neighbors are used to him, like at least the people around his community are used to him. But he said at first,
He got, they don't welcome him. They're used to
they
him.
just like okay but he said at first when he was there, everyone were like people would come up and like ask him to take pictures of them because they've never seen black people before. And I was like, dog, that's insane.
Wow.
Have you ever had the black guy at a party experience?
A couple times.
Like in high school, and then like, a couple of months ago, not too long ago, I'm just at a party, and there's a bunch of people in like NIU or whatever, so they've never seen a black person. And it's like I go there, and I'm just like the pinnacle of Negro knowledge, I guess.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, yeah, I know Chief Keef. Yeah, I know all about
I be on
it.
63rd all the time.
Like, all the time, right down the street from Taylor. Ain't it?
I did that maybe once or twice when I went to the last school I went to because it was engineering school, so already wasn't a lot of black people there, and the ones that were there were all like they had kind of had each other, and they was like a lot of them were Africans, so they were already like to they self anyway. So like the few parties I went to, like it was cool, but I was just like, I'm not gonna be this social.
It went from Taylor Swift to Future in like 10
to
seconds.
Sheck West.
The DJ pointed at you.
Because that's terrible. Because the DJs never know the transition. Like
they play the whole
it
song.
Be Justin Bieber, and then here come the hardest rapidy rap, Wu-Tang, Ice Cream, come on. You like what? Like,
Straight out of Compton. Whoa,
like, all right, bro. Like you wasn't playing this at all. Like this ain't even your playlist.
What is a DJ pet peeve for y'all when y'all go out when
they talk a lot?
When they talk?
Yeah, when they talk. It's like you could get us hyped for a little bit, like at the beginning of something. Now you're cutting that after every bar, adding the ad libs after every.
So do mixtapes bother you? Like with DJ Drama or
not
DJ
much.
Khaled?
No, because like right there, I'm expecting the DJ Drama yell at me.
Okay.
It wasn't like the Money B when you be like right in the middle of it. You shout out to Brooklyn, shout out to Harlem, and you be like, I didn't miss the whole verse. like damn.
Dog, there was an era like that, especially on like when you would download a song on LimeWire, and I guess so they wouldn't get like sued or something. I don't know how it worked out. They would talk like in the middle.
There
like
was so many
DJ
tags.
Drama, scratch that mix. And you're like, I missed the whole.
It was my favorite bar.
Yeah, like literally, like, as soon as the beat about to drop, DJ Envy. Whoa, sir, this isn't what I asked for.
I hate the DJ that's like with the delayed, like bring it back, the rewind. Mm-hmm. Like he'll cut it, and you be like, all right, you've been cutting it a lot. Then he'll let like half the verse rock, then cut it back to the beginning.
Sorry,
I'm like, fam, I don't even want to hear this song. Yeah, like mix and master. Like, no, just do something else. Skip it.
I think one of my biggest pet peeves is when they play the whole song and like when there's no like don't play the whole verse. You know what songs need to like have. Like, you know what parts of the songs need to be played. Yeah. And it's like, okay, start getting your little mixing thing to where now you can start hearing the instrumental from the next song play. And it's like, you played the whole verse. This is 3 minutes of me swag surfing. Yeah. Don't nobody know the second verse of the swag surf.
No one knows.
You play the chorus and you get up out of there.
Yeah. Like, what that game?
Yeah, it's like, what are we doing? Like, why do I even need to know what they're saying right now at this point?
That guy, the time limit guy, where it's like, okay, I'm finna play 30 minutes rap.
Yeah.
30 minutes Latin, 30 minutes pop.
Like, boy, if you don't, you need to mix and match.
Because then it's like, bro, there ain't nobody on the dance floor for like 40 minutes at a time. Yeah. You just, like, I don't know nothing. This ain't me.
Suavemente, okay, I know that one. I'm going to go sit back down.
You come up, then it's, here comes some Jamaican stuff. Pop back. It's like, you ain't hearing another rap song for like 40 minutes, and then he just repeating his set again. I'm like, oh.
Yeah. This wasn't what I
The club experience is an hour 15. I'm like, I got it. Cool.
Actually, one of my sister's friends is in, I think she's like in Baja California right now in Mexico.
Okay.
Because they were doing like a little festival there, and she because she's a DJ, and she like DJs. She actually opened up DJ'd for Bad Bunny before he came on stage.
Okay.
And
talk your stuff then.
And then so she's over there, and then she posted a TikTok. And she was like laughing because she's like, I've heard this same song 6 times and I've only been here an hour. And I was like, bro, it's because they don't know any other songs over there. They're just playing the
hits.
Yeah, they just put favorite American because it's like it's Spring Breakers basically they're there right now. So they're just like, all right, what do white people like?
Yeah, yeah. They just going on B96. What is the top 10 trending?
Damn, I haven't heard B96 since what was the dudes Eddie and Joe?
Man,
wasn't
that man, it has been forever.
Oh, where's my Werthers?
It's been 85 years. Oh man, but you never even answered. Where else would you like to go?
Well, mine would be like Greece. I was gonna go there right before the pandemic.
Ooh.
It was
yeah, you did tell me.
It was like February, right. And I was literally gonna buy the tickets, and then I was like, you know what? Let me just wait this extra week. And then the tickets were super cheap for Greece. They were like, because they were originally, I think 700 round trip, and they dropped down to like 300 round trip because like people were starting to get sick, but it wasn't like a pandemic yet.
Yeah.
So they dropped it because a lot of people were canceling their flights. And I was like, fuck it, I'm just gonna go right now. I was like, now or never. And then I waited like that extra week. And that's when the whole, everything shut down. And I was like, I would have been tight. Because I never buy the insurance for the flights.
And everything changed when the pandemic attacked.
So I still want to go there. Because the most expensive thing is the flight. And I've been reading and everything, doing research, especially now, since that was supposed to be in 2020.
Yeah. Right.
And they said over there, everything's super cheap. Food's cheap. Even the nice restaurants are pretty cheap. To get into the Parthenon and all those ancient ruins, you buy a $30 pass and it's good for the week. So
ruins.
Oh, it's still ruins. But yeah, it's like $30 for the whole week or 3 days or however many days.
Oh wow!
So it's that's all you really need. So that's where I've been wanting to go.
Anywhere with a stable government, I'll think about. Like, cause you don't want to go somewhere.
Not going to Cuba?
No, but then you be like, man, all right, I love Pablo, he the leader, and then you wake up tomorrow and be like, who's this dude? That ain't Pablo. Like, Pablo said I was good. Like, I don't like how you talking to me.
I got a sign by him right here.
What you mean, get in line? Pablo wasn't talking about that. Like, I was free. So yeah, if you was pretty stable for a week and a half, if you on the bubble, I might. Like, how quick is that bubble gonna pop?
It's crazy though that some of the best vacation spots be quote unquote third world countries. Yeah. It's just like, dang, because like even when my family, when we all went to Jamaica, they immediately, as soon as you walk from where the pier is at and you get into their little spot, they immediately pedaling. Yeah, we can braid. They was braiding them white girls' hair. I'm like, wow, all your hair finna fall out. Oh, you are not prepared for this at all.
You finna be balding,
bald-headed,
scalp ripped
out. Bro, their hair was just red. Like the whole scalp just red.
You see the knuckle prints in there.
I'm like, woo, look at that. Reparations. That's crazy.
The subtle victories.
Yeah, you can only ask for so much at a time. But yeah, so I'm definitely looking forward to getting back out into the world. I do want to check out more like tropical spots, obviously with safety precautions. Yeah. Where I can see. Okay, yeah, you know this place. Yeah. You're coming with me. All right.
I want to go to the DR. I'd love to go to the DR. Nah. You been there?
They say it's so bad over there.
Oh, really?
They said really you get out the resort.
Well, I mainly want to go like for the women.
I feel you.
The DR women.
But they say like from the jump, don't touch a piece of soil off of the resort. Like don't.
I believe that. I mean, it's the same thing in Mexico. Yeah. I'm pretty sure I told that story.
Yeah. When you got mad at the Gucci belt.
Yeah. But I've been wanting to go there because my friend just came back from there because he went to like this baseball tournament. I guess it was their type of not World Cup, but like I guess for like the Central Latin American countries. And he went like with his family and stuff, and I was like, oh, was that like in like their main city? I forgot the name. Is it Punta Cana? I think so.
Yeah, that's like we knew.
I was like,
I was like, no, I was like, maybe they
right.
That's the one. I know
exactly. My girl told me about that one.
Yeah, where all the IG girls go. But he's like, no, it was like off, and he was like, everyone was super nice, and everyone was like, because they could tell we were Mexican, just the way we talk, and he's like, everyone was like super nice to us and blah blah blah. So I was like, oh no, I really want to go, but we shall see.
It's funny because I just thought about the message you sent us about like how you need to look more Mexican when you go over there. I'm like, bro, you were born over there. Like that's crazy to think about. Like to think that you gotta prove your Mexicanness.
Humble yourself.
Like you weren't just like what?
Because even the way I talk, like in Spanish, like my Spanish is fluent. But
they don't quit playing with you, bro.
But they could tell. There's like the subtle words or subtle maybe accent or whatever. They can tell. Like and especially like I said in the message, the way you dress, we were like. No, because we went end of August 2021.
Did y'all dress like tourists?
No, we just dress
hipster.
Like regular. Yeah, I guess it would be hipster for them. We just dress like if we were go to not even the club. We would go to Wrigleyville here.
Okay.
And like because we had to go to local bars because the main clubs were closed because they were still taking this COVID serious. Yep. And but like
still taking it serious, you know.
And but they're all their local bars and like smaller clubs were open, and when we went, everyone like looked at us, and I told you, I think I was the only person with earrings. And I was the only person with like a lot of like noticeable tattoos. I don't even have a lot of tattoos. I have like 4.
Yeah.
And like everyone was looking at my, and I was like, oh,
God,
we stick out. We like stick out.
Bad Bunny, is that you? But no, that's dope. Definitely per usual. Hope you have a good time over there. Hope that you fully adapt and reclaim your Mexicanness and all of that. But let's get started with the docket. Like I said, pretty lighthearted, pretty simple. What we got going on, Cuzzo?
We can make a comeback to Yeezy season. It's been a couple weeks.
Okay, so Kanye and
I've been itching.
I rarely talk about Kanye to open up, but I gotta give him his credit, even though it's like this is what you should have been doing. But he been quiet, honestly, ever since basically the Easy song dropped. And I guess when he got with Channing, that's her name? Channing Jones? Shanae Jones, probably. He ain't said nothing. He been minding his own business. We really ain't even seen him in the social media news. But there's been issues arising. There have been pictures leaking. And what are the problems with these pictures leaking and all of this, Zoo? Talk to us.
Well, it can't be 100% confirmed. But everyone's been saying it's a video of Northwest sitting on Pete Davidson's lap. And they're driving a golf cart. Mm-hmm. Now, some people are just like, oh, she was leaning over. Someone probably called out her name for the picture, and she leaned over, so it looks like she's sitting on his lap. But regardless, they're in the cart, and this is typical. Kim was like on some talk show this morning saying that she's at peace with Pete. And it's like, all right, like Kanye hasn't mentioned you guys in a while, and now it's like, you know what, let's see what we could get debate. And someone even said, I think I shared it with you guys, but if I didn't, someone tweeted, if this doesn't work, Kim has a TikTok in the tuck with probably Pete Davidson gonna come out. Like, she's ready because their show is, I think, premiering.
You beat me to it. I was back. You got to remember that show, that Hulu show, about to drop in a minute.
Yeah,
and Kanye's gonna be there because we have to prove that we can still have a healthy dynamic. They're looking for drama to further promote that.
And if you remember, like a week ago, I mean, we didn't talk about it because we're not gonna. But Kim was with Kanye at Saint soccer game, and all the kids were there, and they were hugging him, and it looked like they had an amazing time. Kanye was recording, typical mom-dad things that you see in any park.
And they found a way to blow it up. Why doesn't this get shown for Kanye?
Yeah.
Because it's not controversial.
It was literally only the Kanye pages and all the Kanye fans sharing it.
Yes.
Which is the only reason I saw it, because I didn't even see TMZ post that one.
You said TMZ is in the Kardashians' back pocket.
So, so it's one of those things where they're trying to trigger him, but Miss Jones, the queen, she made like a little subtle IG story where it said, we're not even going to respond to that type. It was like a little, motivational quotes.
Which is what you're supposed to do, because if you can suspect that your ex is trying to rile you up, which is kind of weird to say because he has been, we've all admitted he's been acting out a little bit.
Yeah.
But if you've been quiet for whatever reason, whether somebody finally got to you or whether you just kind of realize it's not worth it, and it seems as if all of a sudden stuff is starting to leak out to get you to make another IG post or make another video cutting somebody else's in their family head off, then it's like, this is what we've been talking about. Right. This is why we don't feel safe around him, X, Y, and Z. Yeah. He ain't said nothing, so now it's like, now it does make Kim look bad. Like, okay, why you got your daughter all up on your boyfriend? And it's like, I don't think Pete necessarily meant anything by it. Like, they was in a golf cart. I don't think that he had, because North is almost like 11 years old.
Yeah, he's pretty old.
So it's like, I don't think she's sitting on his lap. Excuse me. But
at that point it'd be weird.
Yeah, that's weird at that point. But I do think the fact that there are narratives trying to start getting painted to bring crazy Kanye out, that's extra to me. And it's like, if Kanye is gonna act a fool, he's gonna do it on his own accord. He doesn't need you guys to motivate him to act out. Yeah. Y'all want him to shut up until it's like, oh damn, we ain't had nothing to talk about in a minute.
News been dry.
Yeah. Everybody know what's going on with Russia and Ukraine. Everybody know what's going on with sports. Okay, what else can we talk about?
Yeah, like same thing with a couple of days ago when I sent you guys that video of and I only get this because I'm like a big Kanye fan, so I follow all the Kanye pages. But of his girlfriend meeting, he took his girlfriend to his family side.
Yeah.
And like he met her auntie and all his aunts and all that, and then the Team Kanye Daily found Kanye's aunt, like one of her, or maybe it's her cousin. Mm-hmm. I don't know, but like she's older than Kanye, and they found their IG, and I don't know why they would post it, because then I clicked because I knew they were gonna go crazy in her comments. And lo and behold, it was like, oh, I love this picture, auntie, and then it's a bunch of
oh my god,
fans in the comments. I was like, no, leave her alone.
It's so easy to be related to Kanye and not be in the limelight. Now you done got found out because folks are so thirsty.
Yeah, so
just to,
yeah, I know.
The clout.
It hurt. Yeah. But okay, so. Let's play sightseer or future teller, whatever, fortune teller.
Bring out my orb of mystery.
Yeah. So obviously, like we said, the Kardashian streaming service thing is about to come out. The Hulu show is about to come out. They've already started with the commercials with Khloe talking about, why do we make so many excuses for the people who abuse us and all of that type of stuff, right? So what do you think more shenanigans are going to be trying to come out leading up to this, or are they going to try to just continue to milk out? Because, this is all shot in the past, clearly. So they're going to continue trying to milk out all the foolishness that happened early in the year Then the last year, like, how do you?
Yeah, they're gonna. Well, at least like the trailers are gonna be painted that way. Obviously, the Tristan Thompson thing, which I mean,
Black China.
She didn't leave him. Black China. We gotta talk about her. That's hilarious.
It's that's what they always do. They'll like post a trailer. They'll post a picture of whoever they're beefing with. It happened with the Jordan Woods thing, and then they'll post a picture, or I mean, a video of one of them crying, and then now it's like, now we gotta watch.
On a phone.
Yeah. Man, bro, I've gotten so quick to skipping those videos now. I don't even want to. I don't even care what the context is. I watched one recently on TikTok. She was crying. Because I was following her because she was like quick to call out like racist content and all of that type of stuff. So it was okay, you cool. So I'm trying to figure out what was going on. And then lo and behold, found out she was lying and she was manipulating people. I'm like, dang, I trusted you. Swipe.
Whenever I see the little red eyes in the hand body, nope, I don't care. It's obviously not important if you hopped on the phone to cry about it.
How many steps?
A lot of steps. That's how you get caught. Exactly how you get caught.
Whole lot of steps.
A lot of steps.
Oh, man. But I hope everything works out with Mr. West and Miss Jones. Because... I mean, if he's happy,
Black love is real.
That's really what matters. But speaking of branching off of Kardashian, let's talk about this whole Blac Chyna situation.
Yes.
She felt the need to go on social media.
Why would she do that?
Because clout.
I keep telling y'all every day. Somebody's gonna listen to me.
She felt the need. I got you. She felt the need to go on social media and basically air out the fact she had to. I know why. I just said why, but. She's like, I had to sell my cars. I had to do this, that, and the third because I'm not making any money. I'm not getting any money from my baby fathers and whatnot. And so, Shade Room, because they love drama, screenshots post on their IG. Blac Chyna just lets know that she's not getting any child support and she had to sell her cars. Thoughts? And then Tiger is like, I have my son from Monday through Saturday. I pay $40,000 a year for his schooling. Why would I pay child support? So then that goes viral. Right. And then all of a sudden, Tiger answers back to Blac Chyna, Shade Room, thoughts? And then Rob Kardashian is like, well, I have my daughter from Tuesday through Saturday. I pay $33,000 a year for schooling. Why would I pay child support? So now everybody looking at Blac Chyna like, what do you do?
Yeah.
Like you clearly not being a mother right now. Like you got 2 days, you got 5 days at the most, at least, I mean, that you ain't doing nothing. You don't got them in your custody. You can't, like, you got them Sunday and Monday.
Yeah, that's about it.
Like, I wouldn't be asking for, I would be finding so many different ways to make some money. I only got to be responsible for 2 days out the week.
Because even Tiger posted, well, he responded to Rob and he's like, hey, how come I'm paying $40K, you're paying $30K?
We like, plug.
What's going on here?
Like, hold on, we need to link and
we need to be brother fathers or something. What's going on right here?
That's crazy.
But, like, it's just like, and that shows how, like, predatory the system is. Like, the fact that they're actively not paying child support because obviously they're being fathers, but Blac Chyna, and I'm not accusing her of knowing this, but her display of I'm not getting child support, when it comes to find out that you don't even have, I don't want to say ownership, but you don't have your kids for even 4 days. So it's like, what was you going to use this child support for?
You babysitting. You babysitting your kids for 2
That's
days.
crazy.
Oh, my bad.
You good? No, it's
we have like a lot of technology now where it's like you could put this money in a credit card and it could only be allowed for. I'm pretty sure they could make if the WIC. They could make it specifically where like, oh no, it's only for this brand of eggs, not this eggs. They could make it to where the child support money.
I don't see why they haven't.
Is for only.
But I think it's just because of who it benefits and who it doesn't.
Yeah. Just because, like, regular, like, WIC, you can't buy, like, cooked food. You can't buy, like, household appliances. It's only the food. So it's like, yeah, you should get a card that, you can't buy clothes off of that. You can't buy jewelry off of that. That's not support. You can't eat jewelry and clothes. You know, so it's like, give her a WIC card. Give her the Illinois link joint, and she can just have that.
But no, that's wild to, like, really sit there and try to paint your baby fathers as, like, deadbeats and bums.
I had to sell 3 of my cars. First of all, no one needs 3 cars.
Nobody.
What J. Cole said, just my car to get back and forth.
Yeah, come on now. A to B. You got Will Smith's father, when he first blew up, he had bought, like, a bunch of stuff. And his daddy was like, you got one backside. Like, what do you...
My dad used to say the same thing about shoes. Like, you only get one at a time.
But if only your dad can see how people be dressing now.
But you don't get it.
It's a style, Dad.
You'll never understand.
I'm a creative, Dad. But no, it's just like, bro, like, what are you doing, bro? Like, come on. Like, I get Clout is a dangerous thing, but then it's like, you know the truth. And you know, it's not like you got some baby fathers who, like, don't have a platform. Right. They're famous enough to, if they say something, people are going to see it. Yeah. They got blue checks by their name just like you.
Like, why is this your come up? Like, why do you want you to be known for that?
And then, like, she doubled down now because now she's suing the Kardashian girls for apparently shutting down her reality. She had a reality show.
She had it for 2 seconds. She had it with Rob, though. Yeah. And she broke up with him as soon as she had the baby.
And then they shut it down, and she's like, oh, well, they blackballed me from E! And blah, blah, blah. And that's like, okay, now.
You're not going to sit here and make me defend the Kardashians. God dang it.
Because he's going up against Disney. Let's not forget.
Yeah, the mouse. That mouse don't play.
Yeah. Black China, if you selling 3 cars, child support.
Yeah.
Them lawyer fees, who going to take that? Oh, you got to go up against the Kardashians. All right. All right. Do you know who their father helped get off? A lot of people.
A whole lot of people. The main person.
The main person. Divided this country like nobody else.
Yeah. So it's just like what are we doing here at this point?
Shout out to her dad.
Shout out to Black China and the Kardashians.
Because of Mr. Kardashian, OJ could get woken up by 2 beautiful or 3 beautiful.
Was he on a college campus
women.
Or something? What was that?
I don't know where he was, but those girls look like they had an ACT in the morning.
Yeah, that was very like, all right then, Mr. 70-year-old juice man. Yeah, I guess. What's next?
If you want to continue off the Clout, we can get myself my flowers for the Joe Budden.
Yeah, oh yeah, go ahead. So, for those who have been following for any amount of time, you know that G Baby has 3 C's: Clout, Corn, and Choices. And honestly, Clout has been at the forefront of everything for the past. It's his strongest of the 3 C's. It's his strongest one. Yeah. Choices is a close second.
Very close.
Very close second. But Clout has been the biggest reason. Let's talk. Well, first we gotta jump into why Clout is even being talked about. So, Mr. Mike Dean, frequent collaborator with Mr. Kanye Omari West, he was upset that Mr. West didn't win Best Album for Donda from the Grammys, and apparently he went on a Twitter tirade as angry rich white men tend to do, and he basically called out BTS, the K-pop group for those who don't know, for basically saying that they weren't making real music, they weren't a real band, this, that, and the third, and this is a white man we're speaking of. So it clearly came off as racist. He couldn't delete them fast enough. Yeah. And he basically tried to kind of troll his way into an apology. Like, oh, okay, my girlfriend made me feel bad. I got to delete it. And Koreans don't play about their K-pop.
Yeah. At all.
Especially American wannabe Koreans. The teenagers and
the alt blacks and the alt Hispanics. That whole group of people is just like, who do you think you are?
Yeah, they might be worse than the Beehive.
You know what? No, they might be. They might be. So what's
former victim of the Beehive?
Yeah, that's wild. Yeah, you a survivor. We gotta get you on talk show.
Patch or something.
Your patch, like, I survived 3 years sober from the Beehive. But so what's been the fallout from that with Mr. Mike Dean since?
Well, I think he's just been MIA because, like, this happened on Sunday because he tweeted this on Sunday because the Grammys tweeted BTS because I guess they performed.
Yeah.
And that's when Mike Dean, he didn't even quote retweet, he just mentioned it. And, that whole thing blew up because, he has a check. So, like, all the K-pop stans were like, well, who are you? We don't even know who you are. The Ye fans try to do their best.
Man, it's not enough of y'all.
Nah, man. I was like, retreat.
Y'all went against the whole country.
Yeah. It was like, retreat, man. And it was like, because I didn't see this till Wednesday, and I follow Mike Dean. But I didn't see this today's Wednesday, till Tuesday. And it was like, he's been fighting for his life for 3 days. It's probably going to continue for the rest of the month, at least.
Yeah.
And yeah, he's just been, I guess now I think he went MIA. I haven't seen him tweet. And if he is, he's just going to tweet about random things until they stop harassing.
Yeah. And from that, we've gone to your Clout of the day. Your Clout chaser of the day. Yeah. Continue, my friend.
So yesterday I was having premonitions about some Clout coming up.
Yeah.
Causing migraines, all types of stuff. So I finally unleashed my foresight to the fellas at the Friendly Fire podcast.
Yes, you did.
And I said, hey, man, I heard this Mike Dean was getting attacked by these BTS. I said, watch Joe Budden be next. And no later than 30 seconds, Mr. Joe Budden was trending on Twitter. It was like I spoken into the universe myself.
It was really scary. So what was his tirade?
His tirade was pretty much that they were a fake boy band, that they're trying to be a fake ass NSYNC and Backstreet Boys.
Look at Joe Budden defending NSYNC and Backstreet Boys.
You see what I'm saying?
He decided to defend 2 white groups of all.
So I'm like, okay, I ain't got nothing to say because I've never truly heard a BTS song. I couldn't identify them.
Me either.
But what I heard them play was straight. So I might give them a listen. But he just went on this, man, I don't care about these Chinese dudes. And obviously they're K-pop. The K stands for Korean. In case y'all didn't know.
In case you weren't sure.
In case you weren't sure. But it's just like, and he just went on this tirade for like 15 minutes. And it was kind of like, it kind of pondered through like the last half of the pod. He's just, they don't deserve it because it's this and that. And then it was just a whole bunch of writing things. So they got like real musical about it. Yeah. Like all pop stars that just follow a formula of, hey, you look like this, you sound like this, we're going to write it, and that's going to go.
And the teenage girls will love you.
Right. And Joe was like, no, that's all they are, but NSYNC and them and everybody else. And it was weird because it's like...
their JT.
Exactly. And then they were like, he brought up Michael Jackson, and it was like, okay, it got off the rails there. But it's just like...
This wasn't what we were talking about originally.
Yeah, because when you first said it, I thought he was like, look at Joe Budden defending Mike Dean. Like, out of all people, he's going to defend Mike Dean. But then G-Baby was like, no, you just said it.
Yeah, he's just like, everybody's like, man, they got some shit. And they're like, you better watch out before they get you. You better watch out. And he's, man, I don't care about these niggas and da. So it's like, all right, you've never talked about them before. Now you got all the hate and anger in the world for no reason. Sounds a lot like when you was bisexual when Nori had Kanye on Drink Champs, right? It seems a little clout chasey. Because now Saturday you got to get on your podcast and talk about it.
You think so?
Not to mention Rory and Mal they were nominated for some award, the Ambies Award. They were like an actual award show. So maybe he's like, let me step my game up a bit.
You see what I'm saying? You had the dude Arsenal,
the rapper.
He didn't had him on there like 4 times in the last 3 months.
Oh, he's running low on guests?
He kind of running low on guests, or people ain't trying to touch him. I mean, especially after this, it's like, do you apologize?
I hate them BTS niggas, he seethed. Do I need a reason? He replied. I hate them niggas. I hate them. I don't have to divulge my reason to you. I just hate them niggas. I don't want to hear that ish. I don't want to see them dance moves. Yeah. I don't want to see you come down in the sky in a little umbrella. I don't want to see you with your 4 effing coatees come from the audience.
Which means he watched
link up like Voltron and do all the 98 degrees moves. I don't want to see it. I know they're big. I know it's China. He had before JPB co-host Parks Valley corrected Budden by informing him that the East Asian boy brand is from Korea. I don't want to see them. I don't want to see Korean. I don't want to see Korean sync. He joked comparing BTS to the 1990s group NSYNC. Whew.
It was more than that.
Yeah.
That was the gist of it.
15 minutes worth, I guess.
He was like, I really don't have no reason to hate these niggas. I just hate these niggas.
Yeah. Many of BTS's fans accused Joe of being xenophobic, and others called him a one-hit wonder, referencing his 2003 top 10 hit.
Oh, you know that's coming up. Them sales gonna go up for that as well.
Joe Budden is 41 years old, going on 13. You would think that a grown man would have enough sense and maturity to recognize his own blatant xenophobia. For a supposedly music artist turned middle school incel drama-prone podcast.
Oh my God, who wrote this?
I'm not even surprised at his unjustified comments. Tweeted one fan. This is just a fan.
Tweeted one fan.
It's just a fan, bro. Because a lot of K-pop stands don't have like actual profiles. They use like anime stuff for their profile. Yeah. So it was just he had a.
How am I supposed to roast you? That's what us Ye fans are struggling with. They're like, bro, how are we supposed to roast you? I can't even see you.
Yeah, that was. Whew.
That was a lot.
It was a lot.
And it's like I said, he stands on this hill. It's gonna be talked about 2 days.
Yeah.
It was got enough views for Pump It Up, because now it's gonna be on TikTok. Whoa, Joe Budden tried to listen to BTS. Now look at Joe's hottest.
I'm gonna be so mad. I'm gonna be so mad this pop up on my.
It's gonna pop up. I'm speaking it into existence. I have that power.
Turn that 4th eye off right now, okay?
Get an eye patch. Where's the double headband, Mr. Joe Budden?
Do it for Lil Saint, man.
Facts.
Oh man.
But it's just crazy that they don't. It's just so blatant when people like literally sell their soul for clout. Like you don't feel no kind of way about these people. You don't feel you ain't met them.
Maybe we have to step into the. We were talking about blowing up. Maybe we
have to try our hand. I ain't gonna just start randomly hating on people just for the sake of that. Because it's like a viral clip is one thing, but then you got to stand on that for like potentially the rest of your career. Yeah. Like you can always have I've matured and this that, and the third. But then now they're looking for the next. Because all right, let's think about it. Yeah. When people make money or make whatever off of being controversial. And then they say, well, I've had a change of heart. Their views usually always go way down because either people who were looking for something to nitpick at, now they can't find nothing. Right. And then the people who opinions you used to back up, now they can't support you because I haven't matured that way. What you doing maturing?
Yeah. Right.
Look at Chance. Oh, I don't want to do drugs no more. I want to love my family.
Love your
Nigga,
wife?
F your family and F your sober sobriety.
I hate to see it.
That song trended for 30 minutes.
Bro.
And it went away.
So he came back. Everybody was like, okay, we got a little bit from Chance. Ain't nobody said nothing about Chance since the day he dropped that.
Nothing.
And then, matter of fact, the clip you sent me went viral of people saying, don't you hate when your favorite artist had just, like, you watch him just fall off, and then they started playing Hot Shower. Yeah. So it's just like, people are already back to trash and Chance. They don't care about him finding God. They don't care about him getting a family. They don't care about his sobriety. They want him back on, and it sucks. And in hindsight, when you from the outside looking in, that's a terrible thing to say.
I mean, that's what happened to Eminem. He got sober, and it's like, all right, we don't care anymore.
And a lot of that was
how dare you get sober?
Yeah, like how dare you do what's better for your life? Yeah. I wanted you to die at 22.
But that's the thing is because you fall in love with this, and then it's like, okay, now it's different. It's like, okay, now I'm not a fan no more. That's all you have to.
But see, that's okay. But then niggas can't just say I'm not a fan no more. They can't just not do what they gotta. They gotta continuously say, bro, F your wife, F your sobriety, F your religion. I need you back on them drugs so I can nah. Like that's what they want. And it's like, bro, like niggas ain't allowed to mature. You allowed to mature.
I'm allowed to do it for my health, but I can't. Yeah. You know,
it's like we were talking about Mr. Juice WRLD. And what like obviously, you know, he passed away, but like what if he would have stayed alive for, let's say, a couple more years, or he would have became sober, you know, like maybe he had an attack at the plane but he survived it, and then now it's like, all right, that's it, I'm not doing drugs anymore, now I'm sober and I'm making songs about being sober now, and all his like fan base who related to him because of depression, related to him because maybe they were on some sort of drugs or anything like that. Now they can't relate to Juice WRLD. Now, are they going to hate him?
See, with that, I think because of how young he was, it would have worked in his favor more so because it's like he could have gave somebody who was struggling with addiction at his age hope that they could have gotten better. Or, because he could always just went the Future route. Future said he stopped drinking lean like 7 years ago because it was bad for his health. But he's still going to rap about it. So it's like,
you have your subject matter.
Yeah, so it's like I don't have to change my subject matter to get better. People have decided to change their subject matter, or due to because some people say that drugs open their minds or whatever.
You can't go there no more.
So you're not in that dark place, or you're not in that euphoric place. Yeah. So it doesn't. It's like, what am I? I'm grabbing for something. Yeah. So it's like with M. Okay. You get sober. You can reach from that. You can pull from that. You got maybe an album and a half to pull from that. And now it's like, all right, well, we glad you here. We glad you're not dead, and we glad you didn't recover from proof dying and all of that. Now what? What have you done for me lately?
Because had he stopped at recovery and just did like features and stuff, he'd have been like great. He'd have been one of the greatest careers ever. But you harm it. Because like now your Marshall Math is your standout. You're one. Got a part 2. Not necessary.
That wasn't as good.
That wasn't even nowhere near as good as the first album.
True.
So it's like you step on your legacy. You know, it ain't like Eminem maybe had 1 or 2 that was during his run, but that's out of what, 5, 6 albums?
Yes.
That's not a bad percentage. But you got this Making a Murderer 2, which was pretty good, but it's just like you got all these albums that are like, all right, it's not that, but you keep trying to reach for it. You keep trying to sound like the drug addict without being on.
Yeah, and then you don't change, like nothing is changed or matured in your sound. So it's like when you reach a certain age, it's probably tougher to mature as an artist if it's not like singing, because it's like with singers you can literally sing about anything. Rappers usually sometimes get trapped in maybe 3 to 4 different things you can really rap about for your whole album. So now you continuously putting out album, and it's like, bro, you ain't had a chance to experience life. Like, okay, Kamikaze worked a little bit because people was trashing Revival. Yeah. So it was like, okay, angry, that can work. But then it's like, we don't want to, so you can't go back to, now I'm killing a woman. That doesn't work anymore for you. You're not 21 anymore.
Yeah.
So I don't know, man.
But then it's like too with rap is weird because it becomes gospel. It's like if you rap,
a lot of influences.
It's like, you know, if you rap, because Recovery is damn near a gospel album. cussing. If you listen to
the closest thing he's gonna get to.
That's the closest thing. But you see what I'm saying? It's got that.
I don't mind playing that on Sundays.
Right. But you know what? I'm not saying, but it's like it's that.
Yeah, it's
like if you continue that route, now you're preaching. And now it's gospel. It's hardcore gospel.
But see, I feel like he could have been okay with that if he would have chosen that route because it's like it's still new.
But that's the thing is you still lose those fans. See, M's always gonna have the rapidy rap. Anybody from Detroit, and you can rapidy rap. He's always gonna have that.
Yes.
But you'll lose that. You start becoming the preachy gospel. I saved young Marshall and if you start doing that, it's like, whoa, fam, you're a little off the rails.
But see, now even Jay-Z, even though he hasn't done an album since 444, he's gotten into that preach-ish bag, but then he'll still do a track with Pusha T.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, okay, cocaine, I know about that. So it's like...
But see, it's not so much as preaching as far as just like knowledge. Because like Jay...
Explain the difference.
Because like when you preaching, it's like, yo, we got to do this, and that.
So like Nas.
Nas don't be preaching. See, Nas is
now, Rico.
No, I'm asking. I'm genuinely asking.
Because in my opinion, it's like, because Jay was never just telling you like, yeah, you gotta go out and do this. Mm-hmm. All his shit was, I did this, so y'all don't have to do that.
Yeah.
Remember, Hove did that, so hopefully y'all don't have to go through that.
True.
You see what I'm saying? So it's like. Everything else was like, it wasn't, oh, I'm finna kill and I'm selling drugs. It's from the perspective. It's perspective rap. Mm-hmm. Like Ice Cube might not be the hood gangbanger dude, but from my perspective, this is how I see the world.
Yeah.
Nas, all his thing was like, Illmatic was, he looked out his project window, and that was Illmatic. Mm-hmm. Everything he saw was Illmatic, and that's how that album plays out. Of him, if you can imagine him just looking out his window, seeing the people that come, go to jail, come back, the kids die, you see all that, that's Illmatic. It's not preaching. When you get to King's Disease, it's like, yeah, I did this, it's telling you, like, I'm putting you up on game. I'm telling you, like, it was this, now this is what you got to do to move forward. Mm-hmm. I'm giving you the steps, but I'm not taking them for you.
I like that.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like the same with Jay-Z, but you get now and it's like, open up all your black businesses and this and this and this. And it's like, no, like the story of OJ. He's just telling you like, hey, you know why the Jews got it? Credit. I'm not telling you fix your credit, but hey, you want to get like them? Credit.
Yeah.
I'm not preaching nothing. I'm just throwing it out there. If you hit it,
cool.
If you don't, cool.
Yeah.
So you can't put nothing on me. Mm-hmm. It's like, this worked for me. That's how Jay and Nas always rap. This worked for me. You know, I hold this and did it. It's not gonna work for everybody.
And I think it's easier when you start off from the jump, from that angle. Like you start off being versatile. Like Eminem started off violent and then rapidy rap. So it's like you had two lanes you could go. It was like, oh, okay, Eminem's a spitter, and then this nigga is gruesome. But it was like we're not allowing you get, like I said, the 1.5 to be like, I've sobered up, I'm clean. But then even in the Recovery album, he still has his like violence against women tracks because that's who he is. It's like, not to make an excuse for a grown man, but it's like you always gonna fall back to what you're used to and to what you know is gonna sell. So it is what it is. I hope that more artists, especially as we mature and get older into music, they allow themselves and the fans allow them to like expand a little bit more, because you get the artists like the Tyler, the Creators, the Childish Gambinos, but see, that's what I think is so bogus, is because they get kind of put into, oh, he's an alternative rapper. It's like, no, he is a rapper that has chosen to take different avenues with his or her music. Yeah. He or she shouldn't be, because they was trying to say Doja Cat isn't a rapper, and then the rappers were coming out, was like, she's clearly a rapper. Yeah. She's just also good at this, and this. Yeah. It's like, why do we need to? And the Grammys also don't help when they call Virgil Abloh a hip hop designer. Yeah. Like, no, he was a fashion designer who was influenced by hip hop, and also influenced hip hop, but it's not, that wasn't his box. Yeah. Like, you don't get, like, white people love putting stuff in
the asterisk,
and asterisks and boxes that make sense to them. Yeah. Or the best rap melodic performance, or the best rap song out. Like, bro, like, you got all these little microcosms and little minor categories. Yeah, it's rap. It's all rap, bro.
Because you know what it is. Because 9 times out of 10, if it was Justin Bieber versus Drake, who's winning that?
I would say Drake personally.
It's the Biebs. Yeah, you see what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's so hard to choose between a black and a white, but I can choose between 4 black motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? Like, who cares? What they gonna be mad about? They just happy they got nominated.
They just happy somebody black won.
They just happy somebody black won. So
I mean, that's what Tyler said last time. Well, he won this time, but he wasn't there because he's on tour.
Yeah.
But last time for Igor,
he said it shouldn't have been a rap album.
Yeah, he's like, this is
pop album.
Yeah, because he won best rap album for that, and he's like, this isn't a rap album. They just categorized me that because I'm black, and he basically called him out on stage. And then they're like, so that's why I was kind of also a little shocked that he won, because like a lot of people that were nominated just already said like Grammys ain't shit.
Because he's already
J. Cole's not showing up. J. Cole didn't show up because he's at Dreamville Fest.
Dreamville.
Yeah. Kanye, obviously with the whole thing going on with them, but there was a lot of people that didn't show up because like it took Drake forever to pop back up to the Grammys.
Which also, that just popped in my head because you mentioned Doja Cat. When she accepted her award, she was like, she kind of caped a little bit for the Grammys, where she was like, she's like, everyone's going to try to say that the Grammys don't matter, that these awards don't matter, but they do matter.
It's easy to say when you win.
Yeah, because, she was basically making that point because, Jay-Z said that, the Grammys aren't anything. Drake said that.
They cut Drake off. He won. Yeah. He was like, I don't want you guys to feel like this, Matt. And then they started playing the music. All right, then you got to get off.
Yeah, and he even said, I think they're trying to kick me off. And then, Kanye said that the Grammys don't matter. Like, a bunch of big artists. And then Doja Cat goes out there and she's like, oh, this does matter.
But she's controversial because she'll fall on either side of the court trying to pass.
Yeah.
If the blacks ever turn their back on Doja Cat, she got the whites to fall right back on. Mm-hmm. She'll never lose a step. Yeah. Because she's that.
Yeah.
Tyler, the Creator's falling in that lane because he didn't attracted so many fans just because he's one of the ones that matured. Yeah. But it's just like now white folks like him.
Yes.
So now it's like, okay, you can rap because you can rap, but if that ever goes right back to I'm throwing the wig on Igor, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's crazy. Like Snoop's another one. I don't want to be old head out, but Snoop matured perfectly because if you look at Snoop's subject matter from Doggy Style, like I say, it's all murder and bees and hoes and this, that, and the other, and it's pretty much the same subject matter, but it's tweaked.
He went from gangsters to pimp.
And when it was, you can't treat women like that. Okay, boom, sexual eruption. I'm gonna make women like love me.
Yeah.
Everybody loves Snoop.
Yep.
And he's still pimping. He's still gangbang. He gangbanged at the Super Bowl.
Crip walking.
It's like
he gangbanged in the Corona commercial. They was talking
about
the
best blue,
the Bayford shade of blue. He got all the flag. Yeah. Like, come on now.
I call them Slim Cans. They was named after me. Like, you damn right they was.
Absolutely.
Which is funny, and also Clout, just because we talked about the Grammys a little bit. Is SZA a little cloudy?
What happened with the whole?
Because she came in a wheelchair, and then when she was at the award, she was in crutches, and then when she got on stage, she just fucking ran.
I don't know what was going on.
And I was like, what's the point of that?
Sympathy.
I don't know. SZA just
because she tried to do it on the. I don't know.
It's one of those things.
There's always something going on with
you. Nothing wrong. You were hurt. You would not be in heels right now.
Singers always just be doing weird
keeping up
stuff.
Appearance.
Yeah.
Would you remember that might hurt? Like, what's his face? What's his Trap King? What was his name? Fetty Wap. Mm-hmm. Remember when he got hurt?
Yeah.
And he had to kind of like sit down and his kind of buzz flew?
Yeah.
I think that might be her like, I can kind of get active. This ain't the end of me.
Maybe.
In case, she's got to go tour because she's on that Dreamville, ain't she?
I think she
got a song or two.
Yeah.
I haven't heard it yet, but I heard it was a good album.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I mean, it all looks a little like, I got to show face kind of,
Before we move on, I should say, as we're moving on, we got to talk about the whole fallout, speaking of awards, with the Will Smith situation. So, for those who watched the bonus episode, appreciate y'all. We're going to continue just talking about that because more stuff has come out about Will Smith. We're going to speak on, like, kind of our reactions to everything. So, Will Smith is basically, we wondered, because obviously we were a couple days after it at the time we did the bonus episode, but we wondered what the fallout would be from this slap because it was like, okay, two black guys, how much is white people gonna care? But then you was like, this is on a white people stage that you acting out right now.
Right.
So a lot of his stuff that he's had going on with Netflix, some movies and everything, they've all been put on halt. Apparently Bad Boys 4 was in production or like getting ready to start and they halted all of that. Now mind you, he is Bad Boys. Right. Like you said, Martin don't want to do this no more. He doing it because the money is there, and that Will is his best friend.
Martin probably saying Chris Rock's on flowers.
When them credits from Bad Boy 1 ended, Martin was done. I'm finished. Nope, nothing else.
I'm a movie star. I'm about to go sit down somewhere. But so it's been a lot going on that people have talked about potentially pulling out sponsorships. It's still in the air whether or not the Academy Awards going to rescind the award. He retired from the Academy, which basically makes it he can't submit for any more Oscars or whatever for I guess the rest of his life.
But he can still attend and all of that.
If they invite him. Yeah. So it's been weird, and then I don't know if this is true, But there's been articles going around saying Jada has now spoken out saying she wished that Will never did it. And there's a bunch of mixed reactions from that. So as you know, we don't miss a chance to make fun of the Smiths. So let's start off first of all with you guys' reactions to just kind of everything being either paused or potentially rescinded from Mr. Willard Smith.
I mean, I'm still traumatized.
In the wise words of Amy Schumer.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's my response to all of that.
Oh my God, I'm so sick of her. But continue. I'm sorry.
No, I kind of felt like they would put some things on halt, but mainly for things that haven't begun really filming. Mm-hmm. But I heard that Netflix one, he had already started filming for that, and they put that on hold. So I was kind of shocked on that. But as the weeks have been going on, because at first, or I guess week has gone on. At first, I feel like more people were on Will's side, but now with Chris Rock actually doing some shows and him telling people because people were shouting like F Will Smith, and he was like, "Nah, we're not gonna do that." And like obviously Chris Rock's brothers out here parading.
Never mind the fact that comedians are a brotherhood in general, so they've all come out like this nigga is tweaking right now.
And
it doesn't matter what comedian you listen to, they're all on Chris Rock's side. Yeah. So even if like you don't like someone who's super radical, everyone's been defending Chris Rock.
It's clean comedians, like you can talk about whatever. I don't know why he reacted like that. Yeah. I'm talking don't cuss in they set at all. They're like you can like comedy is supposed to be no bars hell type of deal.
I'm supposed to make you laugh, to do whatever it takes to make you laugh.
Yeah, and so now it's like now more people are like seeing Chris Rock's side. You know, he got a standing ovation. Like I heard it was like a long standing ovation too. Like he started crying. Yeah. And then like obviously reports like that. So now you feel sympathy. More people got word on him having Asperger's. So now every Asperger's. and then
and I wasn't even gonna say
that. No, I caught it. I was like, I can't say it.
I was like,
I caught it. Okay. I was gonna do it myself.
All right.
Keep it 100 on this podcast. But yeah, and
all right, go ahead.
And so like now it's like I can see him why they're doing Will Smith like that. But then the whole Jada thing coming out, it's like I don't know if it's true because I was trying to find. That's why I didn't send it to the group because I didn't find like a legitimate source.
I didn't want to just up and be like, Jada, you should be.
Yeah, when I first read it, I thought it was like either she was on an interview or she made another post. But I haven't seen it. But if it is true, that is crazy. Now Will Smith's looking insane.
He already looked insane when you look back on some. Because even I thought it when I first watched the Red Table Talk when Will first popped on. They were talking about how they met, how they got married, and all of that type of stuff. And one of the things that they spoke about a lot, and I don't know if Will really felt this or if he just accepted it because this is what Jada was saying, but one of the things was she always felt that he was using his ego a lot and using it as an excuse to, oh, I'm showing love to you, but like, no, this is you using your ego. And then a lot of things I was hearing them talk about, and I'm like, it's like he's always playing behind. He's always trying to like please her in some. And mind you, I'm not a marriage guru. I don't know their specific relationship, but especially with the context in which a lot of stuff has been shown, and then if you look back on old interviews, it's like, have they ever truly really been just happy with each other? Because it always seems like he's always like coming to the realization, oh, I'm not doing enough, or I'm doing too much.
Like you behind the 8 ball every time.
Every time, and it's like, dang, like nobody wants to be in a relationship like that where they feel like they always playing catch up.
Yeah. And don't be in that relationship.
True.
It's that simple. No more steps. There's not a 2. You feel this way, don't be here. That simple. It's just that simple. I don't understand. Like I said, I don't know if she said this. Yeah. But that's one of them Franklin Leon things where we have that talk private. You don't put that out there. Whether I was wrong or right, you're supposed to stand on that because I threw my whole career away for you. And now if you said that in the public, now that makes me look, like Zeus said, insane. Yeah.
I don't know if he went on Breakfast Club or if it was just some other interview, but the comedian Earthquake, they was recently asking him about it, and he wasn't even cracking jokes. He just flat out said, he was like, if that's your man and you see him, you know him better than anybody else does. So you know how he reacts. So you may know what triggers him. You should be holding him back before he goes up there and throws everything away. Yeah. Or if you let it go through, you need to be sitting there comforting him. You need to be sitting there trying to be everything there for him because you know it's basically all downhill from here. Once this is out in the universe, it's like you can't pull that back. There's no going back in time and changing that. And he was saying, and you know, everybody has their own opinion on what she has done, hasn't done. But a lot of people were saying it was like to not speak out in support, or at the very least to just, even if y'all just keep it quiet, keep it under wraps, it looks bad because it's like, what is he doing all of this for? You got him out, like we said, you got him out here looking bad. Now he's a grown man that made his own decisions, but if I'm making decisions on behalf of you, like you said, even if you got to cuss me out in the car, you got to stand with me in public.
But you know what that looks like, how they're going to flip that? Is he never really truly knew me in all these years. The career overshadowed me. I'm glad it's over. Because he never understood. Because had he known how Jada Smith feels, you known that this wouldn't have been what he wanted her to do. Or she wanted him to do. It's always a coin flip. There's always a flip to it. Because Jada's going to win all the face now. And then he never knew me. The kids saw it. That's why they feel the way. And this, that, and the other. That's why open marriage is because I couldn't get with him the emotion I needed. The sex might have been whatever. But I was getting the emotional attachment with August. He was making me feel good. He was giving me the love. Jada comes out the winner and Will Smith, oh, you go, queen. Yeah, sis. These niggas, they going to learn to stop putting their career in front of me. And I don't know. I'm important. Just, I raised 2 kids. You can see it. Yeah. You can see it. It's right there. When is our next table talk?
I don't know.
Oh man, she's gonna put on a set it off performance. Oh man, I think so.
What you thinking, Sue?
I just think it's all insane. I'm praying for Will. Hopefully he gets better. Hopefully, Jada's good too, because she's been getting a lot of mad jokes right now. Hopefully the children keep doing it for the kids.
Yeah, it's one of those like, because apparently Will checked himself into some type of therapy or something. Yeah. I don't know. Like, once again, don't know how true that is. I saw an article, but I don't always want to take stuff at face value. But it's just it's unfortunate because it's like all the work you get reminded, if you're a Will Smith, you are still a Negro at the end of the day. If this was the BET Awards, probably nothing happens. But you go out in front of all these white people. This is how it looks. This is the story that they are trying to paint, and people want to say, "Oh, it's not that deep." It may not be, but it's deep enough to somebody. It's deep enough to somebody to stop his movies.
It can hold water.
It
can hold some water.
Like, come on, even if y'all don't personally feel it should be this serious, somebody feels it serious enough to stop a Will Smith movie. Like, come on now. So you do all of this. He's been spending 30 years from the gutter, more or less, trying to make this work with no acting chops. People saying he can't act. Why are you giving this rapper a show? All of this, you proving to everybody who you are as an actor, who you are as an entertainer. You get to the top. Then you stumble a little bit with the whole entanglement thing. It happens, whatever. You guys did the best with what y'all could with it. Y'all had y'all laughs with it, all yada, yada, yada. It looks as if that's about to get erased. You about to turn the corner.
Yeah.
You about to get the Oscar. You about to get the Oscar that everybody's saying you should have been had 10 years, 15 years earlier. Mm-hmm. They saying you should have been had, and then you do this. Like I said, I don't know if it's personally that deep. It is to whoever it is to. But if you about to stop a Will Smith movie, it's deep enough.
Mm-hmm. And you know what's crazy? Not to continue off of that, but the Jada thing is like, if she really doesn't condone what he did, why you didn't apologize to Chris?
On his behalf?
Like, you could have said, oh, though I don't condone the actions or what was said, my apologies goes out to Chris Rock. Nobody should be hit. Nobody should be assaulted. Some form of that.
Especially with that, because like if this was like let's say happened with Jay-Z and Beyonce, and they didn't say anything afterwards, it's expected because they never put anything. You don't know anything about them unless it comes out on a song.
Yeah.
And you break it down. But with Jada having her table talk and being so open about everything, she was open about her alopecia. She was open whether you follow her or not. She'll put everything out on display. To find it, yeah. And then like when this happens, like, all right, let's just all go MIA. I haven't seen Jaden tweet since.
Nobody's tweeting.
Willow.
I don't think anybody said anything past Will apologizing.
Yeah.
Like, nothing behalf of Chris Rock, because he got embarrassed. You see what I'm saying? Like, if you want to pull this 2022 card, this person with mental illness, with an illness, a disability that you assaulted, that's something you have to address. That's definitely something you have to, Will Smith or not, you got to address that. Because that can get spun all type of ways.
Especially like we said, it's coming out that he used to get, like all these interviews have come out where he talks about him being bullied as a kid and being like hit. And we saw Everybody Hates Chris, and that's supposed to be some obviously super exaggerated.
And a satire, but it happened.
But they used to spit on him.
It's based around his life.
he went to an all-white school. That was probably toned down of what it was because they couldn't say nigga on TV.
Yeah.
How many times he done heard that? Now you got to get slapped by Will Smith, biggest black actor. You an actor. You get slapped by Will Smith after getting tormented all these years, playing this white man's comedy game, playing all this, that, and the other, and you get up here at the Oscars, jokey joke, and you get slapped. Of course that's going to make me feel some kind of way. I've never escaped it. As much as I wanted to, I'm Chris Rock, I'm so much above that. At the end of the day, I'm still getting bullied. Yeah. What's that doing for his mind?
Yeah.
Everything I did for all this hard work, New Jack City, all this, and I'm still getting bullied by my peer, a black one, no matter, you know?
Yeah. There's definitely an angle that if he wanted to, he could take.
It's an angle. It's definitely, and you can never see Will Smith again. Yeah, because if you played it right.
How you said that's like one of the videos I saw of Chris Rock was talking about. He was on a movie set, and he's like working, and one of the security guards, he's like looking at him. He's like, that guy looks familiar, and he goes up to him, and he's like, are you? And dude was like, yeah. And apparently that was like one of his bullies from when he was a kid.
Wow.
And Chris just said, I hope you've been doing well, bless you, and then just walked away. And Chris said that made him feel, I guess, good, because now he's the, I guess the story that we all see, the fairy tale story where he was the one getting bullied, but now he's the famous one. Mm-hmm. And the other guy is...
Beat it, chick.
Yeah. He's like maybe not doing as well off. I mean, security guard, he's probably, for Hollywood, so he's probably getting paid well, but he's not Chris Rock level.
Chris Rock, no.
And then now he probably feels like he overcame all his childhood trauma.
That's a hurdle.
And then now you got slapped. And this guy just got awarded 10 minutes later, and everybody's dapping him up, hugging him. And now it's like
all of your peers.
People
on top
really
of that.
don't love me. Like they probably don't care about me.
And it's like, I know Chris isn't the most crystal clean person in the world, but like you said, if he really wants to play this angle, he can.
Yeah, he can do the victim angle.
I don't think he will, but it's just like it's just one of those things where it's like you never know. Yeah. So why ever put yourself in that situation? Because you don't know. Somebody could just really feel petty. G-Baby could just feel petty that day. G-Baby is the number one. I said what I said. I'm going to stand on it. You either going to fight me or you not. And if all of a sudden you just was like, you know what, by the way, I had these health issues back in 20 such and such, and this, that, and the third, I had to be on medication, and you just want to milk that?
Yeah.
Niggas would be such just like, oh my God, you just hit a disabled person. That's how it would go.
You see what I'm saying? You can play a lot of cards, but when you play the joke game, you have to be prepared for the consequences.
True. That's all. I think that may be the only thing that could keep him from doing that, because he know I did put this out there.
Right.
So it's like this is more or less the consequences of my actions.
But he is a class act, and like I say, it's just crazy that we still have to have this discussion. Mm-hmm. But I mean, that's a lot. As much as I used to joke about mental health, like I can try to imagine what he went through, and for the pinnacle. At the highest point in your career, you didn't know Will Smith your whole acting career.
Yes.
Whether y'all been friends or not, you didn't bump elbows.
Same circles.
And he comes up here and slaps you. Like everybody hates Chris.
Yeah.
Dealing with career like that.
Yeah.
That's not right.
Yeah.
That's not right for no party involved. And if, like I say, for Jada to do on this, like that's just a slap in the face. I'm not trying, no pun intended.
Because now Will's looking like that. Now he did it for what? Like maybe he still feels like, all right, I should have done it.
Because how do you look at Will Smith? And I don't mean to cut you off. How do you look at Will Smith and it's like, yeah, due to the following actions, now I got to check myself into therapy or a mental institution? I'm not looking at him the same. Like, you let Jada drive you here, bro.
But you see, you know what?
You let Jada drive you.
But you got to think of the narrative that can be painted within a year and a half.
Yeah. You're going to come out and
because remember, when the whole thing came out with, and I don't want to just call her the dark skin Aunt Viv, but the first Aunt Viv, and all of a sudden he did that little therapy session. He was like, well, a lot of my childish behavior comes from watching my father abuse my mother and all of this type of stuff. So I felt if I could make them laugh, it was no arguing in the house. So now that's all the behavior I was displaying on set, and to see her not laugh, that hurt, and it made her difficult, which is why I said she was difficult to work with. And now all of a sudden, he was just trying to get his aunt's love type. That's how they milked that. So then,
but you get one. You get one excuse. When do you decide to play that? He decided to play it.
Too early.
I wasn't expecting him to play this. But when you play I saw my father this, and I grew up in this, and I used to this. You played that card, Yugi. That card, you played it. Now, when the next incident comes, no, nigga. We understand. that can't be your thing no more.
Yeah.
That was like my thing when I was going through my illness and I was, I can't work because I'm just trying to get back on my feet. I'm physically. Damn near 5 years removed. Like, what's the excuse? Yeah. There is no excuse. You laid it all the way out there. You was the sick guy. Mm-hmm. Not no more. I can't never go back to that. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying?
You gotta come up with a new thing.
Like, how do I look being like looking my kids in the face and be like, yeah, my life turned to shit because in 2016 I couldn't walk because it is. Nigga, it's 15 years later. Mm-hmm. If that's still defining you, then you a lost cause. I didn't have no childhood trauma. Yeah. I don't know how, but I have enough trauma to know. Yeah. Like I can speak from this. Like you can't just keep throwing that out. You can't be 40 years later. My life never turned out the way because my dad passed. 40 years ago, you still. I mean, it's always gonna hurt, but that's still holding you back.
Absolutely.
It's like what I'm saying. It's like you can't. My parents did. Like, bro, you 50. Your parents. How long you been out your parents' crib? How long have you had to? There's no excuse after you throw it out the first time. Yeah. You get the sympathy. Now you just begging.
That's like a trend that was actually going by on TikTok when girls when you catch him cheating, all of a sudden he's crying about his father passing in 4th grade. It's like, what does that have to do with what we're talking about right now?
Right. That's it. It's Will Smith. You can't throw that out. Now you begging for sympathy. Every time you get in trouble, my dad this, my dad that. You can't do that.
Can't do it.
You threw your card out too early. You did not play that deck well. You did not play it well.
Wow.
Sucks. And like you said, hopefully for Will Smith's sake, Chris Rock doesn't hit up Oprah. You know Oprah will come out of retirement.
Who's going to Oprah first is the question.
Yeah.
Is she still the ticket like that?
Yes.
Well, especially now she's retired.
She hasn't retired though. She always pop back up doing some type of talk show thing. And I think Will gonna pop up on Oprah. I think he jumps over the red table because it's like they control the narrative. If you go on the red table talk, you guys edit it. You guys can talk about it. Now, unless they invite Chris there and it's like a live stream thing. Any other thing you can once you cut this, that, and once you see the camera move, okay, they could have edited something else out. They could have included this.
If I'm Chris, I'm never with them. Let them bury it. Let them
bury
that bridge. No, that bridge is burnt. It's scorched, and I made another bridge. So because now I'm not gonna be a part of y'all money grab, and I'm not gonna be a part of y'all imaging. No, you're not gonna get on the table and cry in front of me. You already cried in front of everybody. I don't want to see them tears no more. Don't cry in front of Chris Rock. No. If I'm Chris Rock, I don't even show up. Y'all figure that shit out. I'm cool with it. I got slapped. I gotta live with that. That's me. I don't want to have to phony. I accept your apology, Will. Because what if he get on there? And
just start cussing them out.
And he's just like, nah, fuck you, Will. I don't want to do this and that, and the other. Then it's like, what? Oh, you shouldn't have went if you felt this way. Chris, you such a villain. I'm glad he slapped you. And no. And Will gets the favor. Don't put yourself in that position. Don't even do it.
I feel that.
Don't put yourself in that. For anything to happen. Because what if he show up and it be the whole family there? And now you got to hear the whole family tree.
Well, how this watching Jada go through her alopecia. This is what affected me as her son.
And as Willow Smith, I did, and I got to go through this whole family of tears. I don't care nothing about. Take that trail of tears somewhere else.
I feel you, bro.
I ain't seen Trey in 5 years. Why is he here?
Why is he here? My bonus mom
Trey don't even know what's going on.
They just told me to show up. They
didn't even give him a phone. They blocked the Will Smith, Jada. All of you don't even know. Don't talk to us.
They got a separate group chat.
This nigga Trey.
That's his name in everybody's phone.
This nigga
Trey. Let's finish it out on a happier note. Though. Let's talk about some sports stuff. The Lakers suck and they have the playoffs.
Oh man, God.
We told you. We all said this was not gonna work out. Man, I didn't think they wasn't gonna make the playoffs.
I didn't think Anthony Davis was gonna play 7 games this year. That was the deciding fact because him and Westbrook could have made it work.
Street clothes.
They could have made it work, but this man played like 8 games.
He definitely played like less than a third. I feel like it's like you just always hurt, bro.
Like always, you can't tough nothing out. Kobe had torn off shoulders and knees. You can't tough nothing out.
You need to stop wearing Kobe's. The shoes is too low for you.
Get you some Shaqs.
Something.
Shaq ain't never got hurt. Shaq ain't never rolled his ankle. He ain't done none of that shit.
Yeah, get sponsored by Dunk, man. I'm sick of you. Anyway, as I called. The Bulls are currently 6 seed.
Jesus.
We ain't got to worry about the play-in though. So that's
we don't want to be the 8th seed either.
We don't want to be the 8th.
So I'd rather be. I think we'll face Philly or the Bucks.
We may have Boston.
I think we could beat Boston.
I think we can get Boston.
Boston might give us some gold.
I'm not saying they won't, but I'm saying
they definitely will. But
I think we can pull it off.
if it's the Bucks or Philly, we're getting swept.
We mess around.
It's gonna be disgusting.
Yeah,
I'm gonna cry.
Unless Zach pulls a new knee out his ass or something.
I'm just looking forward to
Alonzo.
Press Alonzo. I'm just looking forward to see what we do in the offseason because we clearly got the bones now.
Yeah,
everybody can see we got something here. So who's gonna come for less?
There.
Because we gotta pay Zach.
Honestly, I think it's more. I think we could have done something this year. Like maybe not finals, but at least Eastern Conference.
We could.
But with Lonzo getting hurt, that was like the same with Rondo got
worst timing too. Yeah, worst timing.
And we saw it fall apart because he runs the whole. Every night I open my phone because I usually work, so I can't watch the games. But I open my phone. It's like DeMar dropped 50. Bulls lose because nobody else ate. Because who else is feeding? Because now it's just ISO ball with DeMar and Zach, and everybody get out of our way. Lonzo was feeding everybody. He was feeding the last person on the. He would have gotten Thompson 20 points at least one.
Zoe was finishing like 6-13, 8-4. You'd be like, damn.
What type of highlight tape is this?
If he scored 18 points, we win in the next 8.
Man, so it's one of those things. I'm looking for. I mean, I'm gonna watch the playoffs clearly, but I'm very excited to see what we look like in the offseason because I don't see us just not making any moves. Yeah. Like unless they got somebody in the draft they just know that don't nobody know about.
We need a big man, somebody
so bad.
One of them Euros that just be here.
Just come here, bro.
Just get dunked on and try to stop dunks. Don't even expect nothing else.
We don't need you to post up. We just need you to just be in the drop zone when necessary.
They gonna run back like D-Rose and Taj Gibson again.
Oh Lord. But is there anything else for sports when we get up out of here?
Shout out Don Staley.
Shout out the World Cup.
Who?
Don Staley, the woman coach.
Oh, shout out Don Staley. Won NCAA women's tournament. Kansas also won for the men's.
Goodbye, Coach K.
Oh they sent him to
UNC sent him up out there. You got to go.
And they jagged their games.
Oh yeah, they blew the whole second half. I heard. The World Cup. Talk about it.
The World Cup is coming in winter this year because it's in Qatar. So it's super, super, super hot over there in the summertime. The groups have been decided. I'll just tell the main two groups that we care about, which is the USA one and the Mexico one.
Mexico and Poland in the same pool, ain't they?
So Group B would be England, Iran, USA, and then the fourth spot is still up for grabs between Wales, Scotland, and Ukraine. Which is like, what are you doing, Ukraine, in a World Cup? You need everybody.
Problems to be worried about.
You worried about a gold right now?
Yeah, but it's between them three right now, and then whoever gets that fourth spot. And then Group C is Argentina, Saudi Arabia, Mexico, and Poland.
So Chicago finna be in shambles.
Yep, that Mexico-Poland game is actually the first game.
It's over with. I'm not leaving my house.
I'm finna be.
Of course, we got stuck with Argentina. Messi. We have to play the best player in the world.
Man, that's a bad boy right there.
We are terrified. But yeah, that would be coming in the winter time.
All right.
What's the age limit, like the prime for soccer? Like how long do you think their prime is? Like
their prime?
You think about like 36? They be kind of like on the downward.
Yeah. Okay. It just usually depends on when you start losing, not even your speed, because if you have like a good touch, like the ball, like you could pass it well, you could still shoot from far, and you know how to get in the right position. You could still be really good even in your mid 30s.
Really?
But it just kind of depends,
like what you do.
Yeah, where your position is one, and how well skill is more important. Because obviously when you're younger, if you could outrun everybody, they'll just kick the ball pretty far and
you just catch up with it.
But that runs out after a while, and if you weren't skilled, like you weren't able to make that extra pass or the extra shot, then it's like, all right, you're out.
And soccer players play year round too.
Yeah.
Y'all be like, I'm gonna play for my team, I'm gonna go play for my country, then I'm gonna go play in this random league out of nowhere. It's like, what are you doing here?
Yeah.
Y'all don't sit. The soccer players do not sit down at all. It's very weird. Not weird, but it's very like crazy.
Because I want to say Ronaldo and Messi are both in their late 30s. I could Google it.
I thought Ronaldo was almost 40.
Because I haven't heard really none of the major ones retire. That's why I be asking.
The only one that I know for sure that retired is Zidane, and not Zidane. Some with a Z. I can't think of his name. He's in the MLS right now because he's making a bunch of money. And they was asking him because it's some, I guess, young gun that's going crazy in the MLS. And he was like, he says he's the best soccer player in the world. What do you think about that? He was like, he's like, how old is he? He was like 20 such and such. He's like, all right, where was I when I was 25? He was like, he was overseas. He was like, where is he? In the MLS. He was like, there's the answer right there. Come on now.
That was Zlatan.
Zlatan, I'm sorry.
He's like super egotistical. They make memes about him where it's like like Zlatan doesn't score, like like those memes where I can't think of one off the top of my head, but Messi's 34 and Ronaldo's 37.
Oh wow, okay.
So I mean, and this is probably Ronaldo's last World Cup. Messi, he could still have one more in him. It's every 4 years.
Off the shrimp, just like I got one more. I feel you.
But
is there anything else when we get up out of here?
No, that's about it.
All right. We thank y'all for tuning in to yet another exhilarating installment of the Friendly Fire Podcast. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, you can always email us at friendlyfire2021@gmail.com. Once again, friendlyfire2021@gmail.com. We are on Instagram at friendly_fire. Once again, friendly_fire. We're on TikTok at friendlyfire, FIYA. All right, artists, if you got stuff you guys want us to check out, email it to us. If it's art, we'll buy it. If it's music and we like it, it'll go up at the end of our podcast. Simple as that. On behalf of my boys, I am Rico, G-Baby, Zoo, Friendly Fire. Be blessed.
Peace.
See you.